Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Cold Blue Democracy Trivia Night. We are going to be joined tonight with some of the current and former cast members of Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. My name is Chris Percy, and I am your host for the evening, and what an evening it shall be. We are just 2 days from Election Day, and people across the country are already voting. If you're watching right now via YouTube, let us know who you are. So in that chat, put your first name, where you're tuning in from, and if you have already voted. I will start. My name is Chris. I hail from the west side of Chicago, and I have definitely already voted. I got my little sticker to prove it. Bam, bam, I'm here. Okay. If you need to know more about how and where to vote, please go to moveon.org/election ready and you can make your plan to vote. You can see registration, all that great stuff. Again, that's moveon.org/election ready to make your plan to vote. I want to make a special note before we dig in tonight. In order for folks to join this call, we asked you to take our vote tripling pledge. That is a pledge to remind at least 3 people to vote. I am happy to say that with the commitments that we've received so far, you have already committed to remind over 11,000 people to vote. And there is still time to make more pledges. That number is significant. In some districts, it's just a few hundred votes that make a difference. So already you are turning the tide of this election. So you have time now to tell your friends and family it's a Sunday night. They ain't doing nothing but sitting down, tell them to take the plate over there by the computer, and they can watch this. You can be with us tonight. It's just an hour. We're gonna have a good time. So we have a jam-packed agenda tonight. In case you didn't know it, the doctors are in the virtual building. And just like their fictional characters deal with life and death situations, this election has extremely high stakes for us all. So we are here one last time before Election Day to make sure that we not just get out our own votes, but we push our communities and our friends, our families, our cousins, our sisters, everybody, we're pushing them out to vote. And as we prepare for the trivia night, there are a couple of special guests that I want to give a few minutes to talk about this election and what we must do to win. I want to first introduce a rising star in politics, somebody that I met many years ago when I first started working here at Move On. He was already a leader at like 18 or 19. I was not doing anything like this at 18 or 19. And like, I wasn't doing anything crazy either. I was just at home watching TV. But at 18 and 19, this young man has already done so much. Now he is the youngest member of Congress and one of the most fervent leaders that we have today. So please, in the chat, take some time and welcome Congressman Maxwell Frost. Welcome, Congressman.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. So good to be here with you again, man. It's been a few years since our campaign United Against Hate when I used to work at Move On, but I'm proud to be on this
Yes.
call with you. And thank you so much to everybody who took the time out of their day to be here in what is the most important election of our lifetime. And I know we say that every time, and the reason we do is number one, it's true. But the second reason is because the most important thing is always what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is a very simple choice, down ballot, but also to talk specifically about the presidency. I love the Maya Angelou quote: "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." We look like someone like Donald Trump. He's told us many times who he is. When he says he wants to be a dictator, believe him the first time. When he says that he looks up to authoritarian leaders, believe him the first time. He is somebody who wants to, of course, bring us backwards and take away rights that we have fought for and that our ancestors have fought for generations. And on the other hand, we have Kamala Harris. I'm proud to be on her national advisory board. I was just talking with some folks about this. I've been traveling the country, um, and specifically getting out the youth vote. I went out to Ruby Red, Indiana County, Pennsylvania, the county that Donald Trump won by many, many points. And when I was there, I went to a college campus, and over 200 young people turned out. And when I spoke with them, like, what's fueling you in this moment, especially being in a red county? Because I'm in Florida. I understand what it means to live in a place that people have forgotten about, or a place that people feel like they give up hope on him. And they said, we can't give up hope because this is our family, this is our home, and we know that Kamala can win and will win if we do the work that we need to do. And that's why we're all here today. I hope everybody on this call has voted. If you have early voting or you have a plan to vote, and if you haven't, I hope you'll go out and vote soon. But it doesn't just end with you voting. We need you to vote and bring your friends, bring your family, bring everybody you know. Make that pledge to vote triple or vote quadruple or whatever it is, because that is the way we're going to win this, is by making sure we turn out to the polls to vote for the country that we believe in, that we deserve. I got involved in politics when I was 15 years old because I didn't want to get shot. I didn't want to get shot in my school. I didn't want to get shot on my block. I didn't want to get shot at church. 3 years after that, an armed gunman walked into Pulse nightclub and murdered 49 angels because they were queer and because they were Latino. And 3 weeks after that, 3 months after that, I survived the shooting downtown Orlando at Halloween because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and two guys had a problem with each other, and one of them was armed. Fast forward 10 years. The first bill I introduced in Congress was to create the first Office of Gun Violence Prevention. I knew it would be hard in a Republican Congress, so I went to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and said, can you all do this through executive order? And they did. And Kamala Harris was put in charge of running that office. We've seen hundreds of millions of dollars go to communities across the country to focus on ending gun violence. And guess what? Gun violence has gone down in a lot of our biggest cities and towns across this country, and we still have a lot of work to do. That is why I'm hitting the campaign trail and I'm going above and beyond, because I've seen our vice president work up and close and understand that she has a real passion here. She doesn't need to read about our plight in a book. She doesn't need to watch it on a movie, because she's lived it, because she is us. She isn't new to this. She's true to this. And so either way, I appreciate you all. It's a blessing to be here today. Let's make sure we get people to go out and vote up and down the ballot, because the further you get down, it doesn't mean it's less important. The further you get down, you're actually physically getting closer to your heart, because the decisions those folks make will have a very big impact on your day-to-day life. So let's win this. When we organize, we win. And remember, the power we build for this election, yes, it's to win now, but it's also not just for now. It's for the next 20 elections. It's for the next 20 years of struggles. So let's keep building power. And thank you all so much for having me on tonight.
Thank you so much. Everybody give it up in the chat for Congressman Maxwell Frost. Let me tell you, you're a bad boy. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it nice because there's a lot of people watching, but this brother is just bad. And you know, like you said, we want to vote triple, vote quadruple. I don't know what comes after that. But you know, 5 times, 6 times, you get what I'm trying to go with that. But thank you so much, Max, for being here with us and for your work. You know, I think it takes a lot of courage, right, to not only run for office and do what you're doing, but then to be, and I've been watching you on social media every day in another city talking to folks, the courage that it takes to tell your story and to listen to other people's story and to find that commonality. It's really deep. So I just want to say thank you, brother, for being with us. Thank you for all that you do and are doing. And I can't wait to see what the next year, 10 years has for you. We're going to be watching you closely. So thank you so much. Everybody give a round of applause to this young brother who is just killing the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chris.
Definitely, definitely. Um, so, you know, like Maxwell said, we have a lot to work to do. Even though it's just 2 days left, we still have a lot that we can do and a lot that we can make happen in this time. Our next guest is kind of like an old friend now. And, you know, I mean, like she's an old friend just because she came through last week, you know. Maybe it'll stick. And she'll be like, I don't know that guy. But she was so gracious to join us last weekend for our ice cream social with some of the country's top ice cream makers. If you missed that, you missed a treat. Last week, she told us stories about working at Baskin Robbins and why we should, you know, despite what the polls say and despite what talking heads say, you know, we should still dig in and do something like Michelle Obama said. So I want to welcome somebody who has the ability to not just make us see ourselves, but make us see each other. You know, one of the most prolific storytellers, not just in this country, but in our world. Please welcome Miss Shonda Rhimes. Hey, Miss Shonda.
Hello, Chris. How you doing?
I'm good now. I'm good. It's 2 days out. Praise the Lord.
Very stressful. Very stressful.
It's stressful, but like you said to us last week, the way that we deal with that stress is we dig in.
We absolutely dig in. I feel like I've spent this past week sort of channeling my stress into digging in as much as I can, which means that I'm reminding everybody I know to vote. I'm calling up people and asking if you could vote early. Have you already voted? Have you thought about it? What's your plan? I think it's important. And I'm reminding people, what the congressman just said, vote up and down the ballot. Because people at the bottom of the ballot, those are the people dealing with your school board and dealing with your town and dealing with your rights on a daily ground floor basis. And so we need all of them.
That's right. Yeah, no, all politics are local. And the more local, look, sometimes I just want to make sure my trash gets taken out, right? Sometimes I just, like, those are the things that are all up and down the ballot. So sometimes we look at the big picture and we're like, oh, the president, but also aldermen and councilmen. All these elections are super important. So you've talked about having tough and necessary conversations in your book, Year of Yes. What advice do you have for viewers who want to encourage their loved ones who may not be engaged to vote in this election season?
Wow. I think one of the things that I've learned right now, we're living in a world where, I make TV. I could not make this up, what's happening right now. Nobody would believe it. It's so insane. And I think when you're talking to family members, some people just don't want to engage because it's stressful. Some people don't want to engage because they might believe something different than you do. I try to remind people why they should vote. And I always say, what's important to you? I say I vote because I want my daughters to be able to have the same reproductive freedoms that I grew up having. I vote because I'm, against gun violence. So for people, it's about finding things that they care about. What matters specifically to you? That's why you're going out to vote. That's what's been helpful.
Yes, no. I think you're completely right. It's really connecting to that personal, right? It's really telling your own story and letting that sort of resonate with other people. And that's really what you do when you're making phone calls and knocking on doors and having these conversations with folks. Is really just connecting with them on a people level. So definitely agree with you on that. But I'm not going to wear you out right now because I'm going to be coming back to you a little later on in the hour.
You got some really good people to talk to, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a lot going on tonight, and I'm really excited about this. So before we get into why we're all here, I want to take a quick break and say, look, we all know why we are here. We are here to help make sure that Vice President Harris and Governor Walz win in just a couple of days. That is why we are here. You can sign up right now to volunteer with Move On to make Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. You might be saying, it's just a couple of days away. What can I do? Trust me, there's a lot. And if you just go to moveon.org/GOTV volunteer, we will tell you what you could do. You ain't got to wonder or ponder. We already got it figured out. All you got to do is go to moveon.org/GOTV volunteer to make sure that you are doing everything that you can do these next 2 days to make sure that we win come November 5th. And it's just 2 days away. So before we dive in, we have a message from one of our dear friends, Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hi, Move On members. Yvette Nicole Brown here. First of all, thank you for all you do for taking action and contacting voters to ensure that every voice is heard. We're a few days away from one of the biggest elections in our lifetime. I'm here with you today to urge you to vote and to volunteer to bring everyone along because we need all of us at the polls this election season. Yes, this is an urgent moment, but we can win this election. In this election, we can come together to elect Vice President Kamala Harris and Democrats down the ballot who will fight for our freedoms, futures, and families. As a caregiver myself, I'm super excited about her Medicare at Home plan. That will be a game changer for the millions of us who take care of our loved ones and for them as well. We can win this, but to do it, none of us can sit on the sidelines. It's going to take every single one of us giving it all we can. The only thing better than making sure you're ready to vote is making sure your friends and family are too. I hope you will join me in getting out the vote and then casting your own vote on November 5th if you haven't already. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's so dope. I'm a big fan of hers as well. It's a star-studded night tonight. Okay. I feel like a star myself. Anyway, if you Google me, you will find that thing. So now allow me to introduce our guests of the evening and cast members of the hit TV shows Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. So on Team When We Fight, she plays Dr. Allison Montgomery on Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. Please welcome Kate Walsh. That's my Oprah voice, in case you didn't know. She played Dr. Christina Yang, MD and PhD. Please welcome Sandra Oh. Hey, Sandra.
Here.
He is Dr. Benson Blue Kwan. Please welcome Harry Shroom Jr. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Amanda Robbins is who she plays. Actress Jessica Capshaw. Hey, Jessica. Welcome. He is Dr. Winston Ndugu. Welcome, actor Anthony Hill.
What's up? Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for being here. I mean, like, you said thank you. I'm like, okay, anyway, thank y'all. He plays Dr. Richard Weber. Please welcome James Pickens Jr. Hey.
I voted. I just voted earlier today.
That's right.
Get out and vote.
Bam. Everybody get out and vote. All right. On Team We Win. Get it? Okay, y'all see it, right? On Team We Win. He is instrumental in convening us here today. Fans know him as Dr. Ben Warren. Please welcome actor Jason George.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
I voted 4 days ago.
Wow. Thank you, sir. She played Dr. Charlotte King. Please welcome actress KaDree Strickland.
Guys, I put mine in the mail on Vice President Harris's birthday because I believe in good superstition, and that felt right to me.
I know that's right. That's right. She just turned 60, what, like 2 weeks ago today? Yes. Oh, that was good. Why I remember that, I don't know. She played Dr. Violet Turner, actress Amy Brenneman.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. I hope I don't get a call from Oprah. He's still in his voice. I probably won't get a call from Oprah though. She won't call me. But okay. He plays Dr. Cooper Friedman, actor Paul Edelstein.
I voted today. I voted.
Yes. Look at all this early voting. Folks, take note. Folks are voting already. You can early vote in some places. Go ahead and do it.
Can I just interrupt and say I did vote internationally? You could do it if you, for some reason, you're out of the country. I hope you already voted, but it can happen. So that happened by mail. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the TED Talk. No, thank you so much, Katie. He plays Nurse William Dell Parker, actor Chris Lowell.
Yes, I voted the first day. You could do it in New York, October 26th. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Okay, so listen, now it is game time. I'm going to go over the rules, all right? Because this is high stakes. I don't know. Okay, so cast members have been randomly pre-assigned to two teams. We just heard from the two teams. Each team will be presented with a question from one of the three categories. And I'm sorry, y'all, I've chosen the categories. You can't choose them. So sorry. It would be too easy if it was like that. So the three categories are Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice show trivia. Then there is cast member trivia. These are questions about the lives of the folks who are here. Don't look so scared. Sorry. And then there is election trivia. So those are the three categories. And you don't know what you're going to get. So it's okay.
Oh.
I will call on one representative from each team at a time to answer the question. Each question is worth 10 points. Team members are allowed to help the representative figure out the question, okay? So you are allowed to talk to each other if you are on that team. Now, no tricksy stuff. Don't try to throw nobody off if you're on the opposing team, okay? But if you do, I can't stop you. But please don't, okay? We will have the Shonda Rhimes will serve as the Shonda emergency line, okay? And she is going to be a source for teams when they need help with a question. And each team will be allowed to call the emergency line twice. 1, 2, 2 times per team. The whole game, twice. That's all. Now, I want y'all to also know that Shonda has not seen any of these questions. So, amen. There's that on that. Okay. Each celebrity will be given 20 seconds to answer. And my colleague Mona Ye, I know it's just 20 seconds. I know. Y'all already make me laugh. We're going to have 20 seconds to answer. And my colleague Mona will be the voice of God and let us know when time is up. Tonight, our celebrity guests will compete and the winners will receive some great Move On swag and ice cream from one of our ice cream icons, Pooja Bhavishi of Malai Ice Cream in Brooklyn. Let me tell y'all, if you haven't had it, you want to have this ice cream. That system's bad, okay? So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to spark competition between the two, but who gonna win? Okay, so if you're watching the live stream and are registered for this call, you will be entered into a raffle. 5 winners will be drawn to receive Move On swag and ice cream from Malai, or a cameo message from one of our celebrity guests, Amy Brenneman, or Jason George, or Katie Strickland, or Chris Lowell, or Harry Shum Jr., or Kate Walsh, or Paul Adelstein, or Kim Raver, who's not here but still wanted to be a part. So I hope everybody stays tuned, pays attention. We are going to have a good time tonight. All right, let's get this show on the road. First up, Kate Walsh of Team When We Fight. Hey, Kate.
Hey.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. We're going to have us a good time. It's going to be all right.
We have you. We have you. We have your back.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, it is super great to meet you. Thank you for joining us. And I know you're out of the country, so we really appreciate your time and just being with us tonight. Before I get to your trivia question, I would love to know, with the election just 2 days away, what has inspired you to get involved in this election this year?
I was inspired from day one, and I'm one of my home state really is Arizona, so which is, as we know, a battleground state. So when I was back in the U.S., I went and stumped there, and you know, that's a state that has a very important role in every election, but particularly in this one. But I'm a daughter of an immigrant. I also came up having not a lot of health insurance, so Planned Parenthood was my place to go for all my reproductive health, everything from cervical exams to, I mean, they were there for me until I basically got on Grays and got covered with full health and dental. So not exaggerating. So yeah, there's that. Gun violence is a big issue for me. It's all the things, and I'm really I'm very excited. I'm very excited about Harris Walls.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you sharing. Now, okay, sorry, trying to be dramatic. So your question is, this is a multiple choice one.
Okay.
How many total episodes of Private Practice are there? 100, 150, 111, or 123? I'll say it again. How many total episodes of Private Practice are there? 100, 150, 111, or 123?
I'm gonna say 111.
And that's correct. That is correct. You did that.
Nice.
You did that.
Did
you
it.
did that. Okay. All
Okay.
right. All right. Congratulations.
I
Okay.
didn't
We're
really
off to a good
connect.
start.
Okay, good. Yeah. Because I did
That
not
is-
connect why I said I was a daughter of an immigrant and the rest of it. The one thing I did want to say in this election is I feel like everyone should have access to the American dream. And I certainly did. And so did everyone in my family. We were able to have access to our dreams and pursue them in a safe and robust democracy. So, hey, thanks for listening.
Hey. Look, first of all, if you talk and we'll listen, okay? Let you know that. Thank you so much. And 10 points to team When We Fight. All right. Our next contestant, Jason George. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right.
Come on, man. Come
Hey,
on, man.
Jason.
I want multiple choice. I want multiple choice.
Oh, no.
But you can ask for help, right? We're here for you.
Oh, I'm going to need it, Amy. I'm going to need it.
Okay, so your question before we get to the question is, I wonder, can you tell our viewers what are the issues that resonate the most with you this election and why?
Wow. Look, I mean, we're all talking about America is about establishing rights for people that had never existed before. That's what the country was founded on. We hold these truths to be Bill of Rights. It is what we're founded on. And for the first time in our country's history, we're taking away rights that were established. Reproductive rights for women. Project 2025 has things about stop and frisk and qualified immunity, which will infringe on the rights of anybody walking the streets, but especially folks who might be, accused of walking while Black, and that sort of thing, being stopped for no reason whatsoever and being frisked. There are so many of our rights that are being taken away right now. Those are some of the things. For me, Kamala Harris has already proven that she's one of the only candidates that will talk about gun violence in a real way. The first gun violence bill that Donald Trump signed when he was in his first administration actually made it easier for veterans who are deemed mentally unhealthy to the point that they were a danger to themselves to get a gun, which coming from a military town for me was basically saying, I've just made it easier for veterans to hurt themselves, which proved to me that he cared far more about the money he gets from the gun lobby than he does about real people. And so those are just some of the few things. I mean, it's the reproductive rights and it's protecting, brown and young Black and brown men. That's on one side, but then on the other side, the opportunity economy that Kamala's talking about really impresses me. My brother is a business owner. She's talking about doing loans to businesses. She's the child tax credit. I got 3 kids. I need it all. I need it all. So there's on the one hand, I have a fear of what Trump represents, but then I also see what Kamala brings to the table, and I get very excited about the opportunities that she brings.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. All right. Your question now.
Come on.
What is the name of Donald Trump's destructive policy agenda that aims to strip away our rights and freedoms upon the beginning of his next term?
That
would be
Project 2025.
Bam! All right.
Project 2025.
Yes. That's right. You got it, sir. So, team, we win. You have 10 points.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, Jason. Next, Sandra O. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm really, I'm a fan of everybody here, so it's very surreal to even be talking to such a large group of you. But thank you so much. I know you, like the rest of our guests tonight, are very busy. So why did you choose to get involved? Why are you here tonight? And why did you choose to get involved?
First, I want to show everyone my shirt.
Ooh.
Because our president is on my shirt, on my chest.
Yeah.
To your question, Chris, I just came from a phone bank, a bunch of Korean American actors and people. We just kind of got together to try and reach out to the AAPI community out in Georgia. And it was kind of great. We all gathered and, tried to figure out how to call people and really being together, trying to make a change together and supporting each other is an amazing experience like this is. I will get to your question by saying that I actually became a citizen in 2017. I'm Canadian. And in 2017, I was like, what am I doing? Holding on to my only identity as a Canadian when things like this, to be able to speak and join in is fundamentally so important. And the certain things that I think Canadians kind of take for granted, which is healthcare, the lack of guns, the lack of accessibility to guns. Those are the things that I grew up with, and that's the way that I think. And I just want to actually just share not only that point of view, but to call on all of those of us who have parents or elders who might not speak the language and who might need help voting, help your parents, help your grandparents, fill out stuff and help them out, go to vote. Because that's really kind of what we were trying to kind of access the AAPI community there, not only to vote yourself, but also to help your elders to vote as well. Because, speaking as an immigrant to this country and as a child of immigrants, my parents came first to the States after the Civil Rights Act in '65, and they came to study here as students from South Korea. And I think there's so many issues of why I'm voting for Vice President Harris, but I think one of the main things is about love. You know what I mean? I'm not here to promote I don't believe in a lot of the things that Trump is promoting. And that means the inclusion of people, of all people. And that includes me, that includes my friends and my family and all of us. It's not just also people who look like ourselves, it's all of us. And I think that's one of the main things that really matters to me is the rights of all people.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Are you ready for your question?
Yes. Lifeline Shonda Rhimes. Yeah.
This one should be easy. I think it's easy. Okay. Vice President Harris has served the American people through the following elected positions: Attorney General of California, U.S. Senator of California, and of course, Vice President of the United States. She also served in another role early in her career. What was it?
Another governmental role?
Yes.
Or another role like she was dance captain of her high school?
I see what you did there. No.
I feel like she could be. She could have been dance captain.
It could have been. This is another government role.
Oh. Okay, team. Let us discuss amongst ourselves. Yes.
You have 10 seconds.
Oh my God, 10 seconds. Oh my God, lifeline.
Okay, do you want me to tell you?
Oh, no, you tell. Yeah.
District attorney. She was DA, wasn't she?
San Francisco, right?
Yeah, but Attorney General, also state's attorney.
Of California as well, right? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so she was Attorney General of California.
California.
But before that, she was the District Attorney of San Francisco.
Kate Walsh, thank you for our team.
Okay, come on. Look at how teamworks make the dream work. I just feel such energy. Okay. For our next question, this is going to go to Team We Win. And our friend Debbie Allen could not join us. So I'm going to ask this to the team. Okay. All right. Now, the question is, which characters were Grey's Anatomy's first long-term gay couple?
Arizona and Cali, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Capshaw sitting right there. Yes.
She's not on our team.
Which is why she's not answering. She had to compose herself. I saw her get excited. Yes, it was Arizona and Cali.
Okay, Arizona, Cali.
What was it?
Yes!
There we go.
What was the ship name? Was there a ship name? Was it like Calzona? What was
Calzona. Calzona.
Calzona.
A little folded up pizza. Folded up
Calzona.
I was sure that was
yummy,
going to stump
delicious
somebody.
calzone.
I was sure that was going to stump one of y'all, and it did not. Okay. We got to do this all over again next week, guys, with harder questions. So please make your
It'll be our victory
available.
lap.
It's going to be the
in
victory
celebration
lap.
of President Harris.
That's right.
That's right. Love that. Love the sound of that.
Game on.
All right. Now to our next contestant, Harry Shum Jr. How are you? How are you? How you doing today?
Good.
That
Be here.
is good. That is great. So you're here and you have graced us with your time and your energy. What concerns you most about Donald Trump? And what would you say to people who may be supportive of Kamala Harris and Coach Walz, but might not believe that their vote counts?
Yeah, I think that's always the hardest part, right? When you feel like one number can't stack onto another and it's meaningless, which a lot of people feel. I have a lot of friends that have said that many times, and they feel like their vote doesn't matter. But I think when you feel a community, which we've kind of lost over time, but we can feel it here in this group, right? Even here, having these numbers stack on top of each other really makes a world of a difference, and especially at a time where the algorithm is in play, and you're being fed these things that Donald Trump has been, or the team has been saying, and we've been through it before for 4 years, and then seeing it again happen, having that same rotation is something that we kind of have to really call out. But I also look at it in a lot of ways. When you're voting, it's kind of like a little bit like fantasy football. You're picking who you think will make the best plays and give you the best results. But unlike fantasy leagues, you don't have bragging rights. It's really, the voting is really impacting our communities and laws and the future. And I have a 5-year-old daughter and think about what her future is going to look like. So I think that one vote is going to make a difference for generations to come. So it's beyond just like you as an individual. It's more impactful on the people around you, the people that you care about when you're putting a vote towards Kamala, and comparable to someone who has told many lies, who I can't get a straight answer and understanding of what direction they're going. I mean, we all kind of know what direction we're going, and we kind of don't want to go that way. And I think it's really finding that right direction to go with, and really having that community. That's why it's so important for this is having 3 of your friends to be able to go out there and spread more messages, to be able to have 3 more and compounding. And that's how this really, really works. So I think more so than thinking it's a one vote, your contribution to be able to have all your friends and the people that you care about, whether it be family members or whatnot, that one vote can really turn into much, much more.
Definitely. And we've already saw it tonight, right? Just from the folks who registered for this call, we have over 11,000 pledges.
Amazing.
To get their friends and family to get out and vote. So it really does multiply, right? It really is about having these conversations. And sometimes people forget, like I have worked on campaigns for over a decade now, and there have been campaigns where I worked on and forgot to tell my friends about voting. Like I'm literally telling everybody about voting, but I forget to tell my loved ones and the folks that see it, like, so it's very important to tap that resource of friends and family. All right, now for your question.
All right.
This is a true or false question. All right. In season 21 of Grey's Anatomy, Simone, Mika, and Sydney treat an ex-oil executive who experienced a blunt force injury from climbing up a tree to avoid the police during a protest for reproductive rights. Is that true or is that false?
That feels very false to me. Am I on season 21?
Feels false to
Yeah,
me.
that's
21.
false. That's very false.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Well, hold on. How many seconds we got?
I thought it was a bungee. It wasn't a bungee jump.
Yes, off a bridge.
Yeah, it was a bungee jump.
You are correct.
So
you are correct. It is definitely false. Y'all are too good. I'm not liking how
So
this is going.
you have to prove. Do you have to say true or false and refute it with the actual storyline? This is this is like, can we get extra credit for that? I'm just saying.
I was also afraid I was going to give a spoiler too. I was just like, but wait, did that happen? That happened. Okay.
I mean, you do get extra points, but not here. I mean, but but it is good to have those points on reserve for later. I don't know for what, but for later. But no, you got it. 10 points.
Wait, what? Are you changing the rules?
No. You get your 10 points. You get the 10 points, but if for the rest of the story, no, that's not part of the question. It was just true or false.
Definitely, I want Team We Fight to win as much as I want Team Harris Walls to win. Like, what is happening here?
Okay, all right. For our next contestant, KaDree Strickland. Boop, 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 boop. Come on down. I mean, there's nowhere to go. Anyway, hi, KaDree. It's so good to see you. And thank you also for being here. I know that you're overseas, and so I appreciate you taking this call at this time.
I would miss it.
So you, of course, play a doctor on TV. What, in your opinion, is a good remedy to all the vitriol that we have been seeing this election cycle? It's really, before this call started, we talked together and was just talking about like hearing all the stuff and the doom scrolling and just all the things that are out there. What is your take on what we need to do to just really get to a better place?
Well, vote. Down the ballot voting, there's that. But it's funny, I was out with some of you and it's so nice to see you here again, because something hit me when I was out canvassing and I was talking to a lot of the amazing American people that have dedicated so much time and energy for Vice President Harris and Governor Walz. And I had a moment where I was looking at everybody and I realized my nervous system has been sort of outblown for so long. And I remember watching Vice President Harris. I was watching her. I was in Michigan at the time and she was in Flint, and I was about to go out for the first time in my life in Kalamazoo and in Grand Rapids. And something hit me as I watched her, and I literally physically felt my shoulders dropping as she spoke. And I thought, what a gift to the American people. She changes my nervous system just seeing her face and hearing her voice. And if that piece of unconscious thinking hits me that way just to see her, and she has policy and she has experience and the ands are endless when it comes to why I want to celebrate with you all that win. But as a parent in this country, I can tell you that my child has been in multiple lockdowns in multiple states. I have had losses and I've gotten health care that I needed prior to Roe versus Wade. And those things are just a few things that are deeply personal to me. And what's at stake is unimaginable. And I know history gets made either way this goes. But I believe that history is going to be made in the most extraordinary way, because when we fight, we win is a truth that I've been seeing when I've gone out. I feel it in my body, and I trust that what we've all been investing in is going to pay off. And I believe that as someone that is not in the United States at the moment, who's had people come up to me and say, please, please make this work, we will. I believe in this freedom that is being offered to us. I truly do. So I'm grateful to you for organizing this, and everybody that showed up, and everybody that is getting people to join us and vote, for those of us who already have and those of us who will. Down the ballot, down the ballot. All right, enough of that.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And to the point, before I get to your question, it's so interesting that you say, like, I did not realize, and I've worked in politics for a minute now, I did not realize that there is an energy that we receive when we listen to people over time. And to your point, like, it's been so much vitriol, it's been so much mess that you hear on a regular basis. Literally, I turn off TV. And sometimes I just put on like a little classical, little Coltrane or something, and just sit and read a book, because you can only do so much. And this morning I was watching Vice President Harris speak at a church up in Detroit that I follow. And I was like, okay, to your point, my shoulders was low. I was laid out on the couch. I had some crumbs from breakfast because I eat everything on the couch. Pray for me. Like, so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm cool. This is a different energy. And we have had so much time listening to so much over these last almost decade of Donald Trump. It is refreshing to hear somebody just make sense. So I just wanted to amen corner that statement that you just made. All right. Okay. So your question. This is a private practice question.
Let's go.
Which surgeon performs an abortion procedure after a patient comes into the hospital while still pregnant, even though she has previously undergone an abortion procedure?
I could make an assumption, but I want to take it to the team. It feels like that would be Dr. Addison Montgomery.
It would be Dr. Addison.
Yeah.
Double board certified.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I remember that episode really well, and Audra was like had mixed feelings about it, but I think Addison went through. Well, she's a double board certified
neonatal surgeon, right? Is this how this rolls out? Trippingly off.
I think it was.
Time
I
is
think
up.
It was
Addison
Okay.
Montgomery.
All right. That is correct. It was Addison Montgomery.
Addison Adrian Forbes Montgomery, formerly Shepherd.
Oh my God. First of all, I am kicking myself.
Adrian, really?
Yeah, that's my name. So,
This is hilarious to me. First of all, I'm kicking myself because y'all are getting all of these, and I was looking for more drama, but that's okay. We're going to take a quick little break.
No drama.
No drama. No drama. I mean, a little bit for this.
Keep Kamala and carry on.
Right, exactly. Okay, so actually, before we go to my quick intermission, I would be remiss if I did not take a quick moment to acknowledge and bring on stage, she just arrived, but I am really fanboying right now for the legendary Miss Debbie Allen. Hey, Miss Debbie.
hi, everybody. Hi.
How are you doing? How are you tonight? Thank you for being here.
So happy to be here. I've been rehearsing Hot Chocolate Nutcracker all day, and I've been trying to get in and out. I came in earlier, but I had to go back out. But this is the most important moment of our lives right now. And I have 3 grandchildren and 1 new one on the way. And all I'm thinking about is, what is the world going to be for them? That's what I'm thinking.
Definitely. Well, since I have you, I had a whole question ready for you. So since you're here, if you don't mind, I asked it for right quick.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, this is not a trivia question, so don't worry. But you are someone who is not only iconic, but your work has inspired so many, especially you've done so much over the years to empower young people to achieve their dreams. I wonder, for you, why is voting so important, period? And what it would be your message to folks who are thinking about whether or not they should be voting this election cycle?
Well, let me address that second part. Anyone that is even questioning whether or not they should be voting, I want to just tell you, please reconsider quickly and make up your mind that you need to go. This is a vote for freedom, for democracy, for humanity, and for the future. And we just cannot play around with this. Not that we ever have. Our last election, we didn't play around, but I think right now, we're just not in a place where we have the luxury of even hesitating. Everyone has to come in, because this is, I grew up in the 50s. I grew up in the Texas, in the South. And I was there with my family, my parents, my community, where we were struggling just to get the vote, to be able to vote. I saw things as a child that no child should see. And so this whole cycle that we're going through now is taking us backwards. We cannot allow that. We cannot afford it, or we cannot allow it. And this is why it's so important to me. Dr. King came and had dinner at our table. As a child, we were marching through the streets and we were not afraid. And so it takes courage sometimes to stand up to mediocrity, to racism, to inhumanity, to all the things that we're dealing with. But it also takes courage to bring your community together and remind everyone that there is true love here. There is love that we can have for one another. And that's what we need to find. And we have to find our commonality. We don't have to, brothers and sisters sometimes don't like each other so much, but they can find family. And what happens in America reverberates around the world. I've traveled the world because of my ability and my talent and my craft. And I know everything that happens here helps the world understand what humanity is, what democracy is, what freedom is. And we can't fail the world right now. We can't fail our children. We can't fail our community. And we have to come together as a nation right now. And we don't have time to not think about it. We have to not think about not voting. We can't even think about that. Everybody needs to go tomorrow. Go early. If you hesitate, and go early tomorrow.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie Allen. I'm so honored and so glad that you joined us tonight. I'm really happy to say that I just talked to Debbie. Y'all, I just talked to Debbie Allen. Okay. So like Debbie said, there you go. Miss Allen, we're going to come back to you in a few more minutes because I want to hear more from you. And I'm so glad that you're with us today. I can't wait to come back to you. So folks who are listening, remember, you can simply just scan the QR code on your screen or go to moveon.org/GOTV volunteer to make sure that you do all that you can do in these next 2 days. It's just 2 days. It's about connecting with our neighbors, our friends, and making sure that we get out the vote. Before we continue the game, I want to pass it over to one of Move On's Creative Council members, actress Adina Porter, to talk to you about getting engaged with these 2 days left. I'll be right back.
Hey, fellow Move On members. All right, here we are. We're in the final stretch. My name's Adina Porter. I'm beyond grateful for all the work that you guys are doing. I know it is hard to knock on doors. I've been doing phone banking too, and I get butterflies in my stomach thinking I'm not going to have the answers, and I might deal with some hostility, but this election is just too important to sit on the sidelines. So I thank you very, very much for going beyond your comfort zone and making sure that every voice is heard. Together, we can win this election. Together, we can elect Vice President Harris and Democrats up and down the ballot, and then hold them accountable to restore our freedoms, continue to move forward. I agree that we should listen to experts, and I agree that it's a really bad idea to go backwards. I happen to be a fan of public education, and it needs to be enhanced, built up, not disbanded. So I thank you again for doing all that you do. I'm going to continue to call up friends and continue to make phone calls and do our civic duty. I thank you beyond words for all that you do, and together we can win this election. Move on, members. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Porter. She is part of our creative council, and she's super dope. And we are so glad that she's working with us. All right. Before we get right back in, we're going to do a quick recap of the tally. So we have our voice of God, Mona. Mona, can you tell us where our score is for When We Fight?
It comes as no surprise. We are tied. When We Fight has 30 points, and We Win also has 30 points. It's anyone's game.
It is anybody's game. Okay, let's jump right back on in it. Next up, Jessica Capshaw. Hey, how are you?
Here I am. Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you all.
Thank you, thank you. So on your podcast, Call It What It Is, you cover everyday topics. I wonder, what are your conversations
and then some.
And then some. Okay, we could, we'll talk about that later. You cover everyday topics. I wonder, what are your conversations like about this election, and what do you say to people who are watching and are a bit afraid of losing this election?
Oh, Lordy. I think that what we talk about the most, I know that what we talk about the most is voting and being ready to vote, being prepared to vote. I have shared things that I was not necessarily so proud of. I was a little too old to not have known all of the things that I could have known when I showed up at my voting places in past years. And I have shared that was a mistake, and there's no point in making that mistake again. And I must not be alone, right? So sharing that voting is the most important thing, to be prepared when you vote, to understand what your status is, where you're going. I've had that issue too. And I think that why it's felt so important to me this time around is that the last time that I and that we, but I'll speak for myself, that I had to endure a Trump campaign, my children were not old enough to really be reading and hearing what was being said. And so the adults could sort of compartmentalize, deal, and process those tactics and the things that were being said. And then we had to endure a Trump presidency. And now we sit here during another Trump campaign, and I have kids that are old enough to be reading the headlines and to be watching the videos and seeing this representation of what a president might be. And I feel very strongly that cannot be so. And this incredible opportunity that we have in the Harris-Walz campaign now more than ever has been so clear and true and right. And it feels just and it has great integrity. To those that are afraid of losing, I say we're not there yet. I don't need that mindset. I'm thinking about winning. I am not thinking about losing.
I know that's right. That's right. Because, when we fight, we win. All right. So your question is,
I'm unnaturally nervous about this, but go ahead. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. That part was easy. Now what?
Right. Which of the following is not the role of the vice president?
Oh,
A,
Lord.
to cast a tie-breaking vote in the Senate. B, to gavel the Supreme Court into its first session the first Monday in October. Or C, to serve as president if the president should be unable to serve.
Okay, team, I'm going to need you for this one, but I think it's the first one.
No.
No. Okay, great, team.
Okay. No.
Okay.
The second. It's the second.
It's the gavel.
Seconds.
It's the gavel.
The gavel. Okay, great. It's the gavel. The gavel.
Oh, sorry.
See,
it,
so you
it
need
is
your
the
people. We can do it
It is
together.
It is the gavel. It is the gavel, the Supreme Court, the first session of the first Monday in October. That is definitely not a thing that
You gave
the
it was
vice
the
president
details
does.
that threw me. There were so many rounded out details.
I'm
You
just
seemed
glad
like you
that
knew what you
one
were
of
talking
these.
about.
I'm just glad that one of these kind of stumped one of you. Okay, because
Yeah,
y'all have been
I'm
killing
so
this
happy it was me.
tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Did Kate Walsh just become a cat lady? Is that what just happened?
Oh yeah, that's been
Hey,
going
did you
on
just bring a
for
cat through?
for
Is
many
that a prop?
elections.
Is that a prop
Yeah,
cat
no,
lady?
that's one of three. Whatever.
Now there better not be any answers on any animals or anything. Like no cheating at all, Kate. I'm kidding. I am kidding. All right, our next contestant, Amy Brenneman. Team, we win. All right.
All right.
Hey.
Hi.
So you've played so many roles in your career as an actress. What do you see as your role in this election? What is your role in this election?
I'm a worker among workers. I get out there and I'm really better out in the real world, much better than scrolling. I don't do so much of that. I try not to. I do a little bit of it. And just to be really cheerful, and sometimes that's a strategy. You know, I love what Katie said, and just like when Kamala's just so confident that she makes me feel brave. I mean, it's like, oh, we're gonna do this. So but I'm also cheerful as a strategy too, because I just think, you know, the like here we are 2 days out, and it's like I think she's gonna do it. But the other thing that the other what I love about working on this campaign is it's not just, you know, I think Donald Trump would like us to think about him all the time, and he's so terrible, and it becomes sort of this rugby match between, you know, Kamala and Donald Trump. And, you know, I'm stumping for George Whitesides. I'm doing stuff with Jamie Raskin. I got to, you know, I'm going to meet Adam Schiff tomorrow night. There's so many incredible people, Maxwell Frost, like working all the time, that I just think it's the least I can do, you know, to put in my time. The thing that I would like, this might be not really what, but my concern, just, and I'll throw this in because nobody's talked about this, is the lack of guardrails and is the Supreme Court's ruling on immunity. I come from lawyers. My mother's a judge. She was always worried about the Supreme Court with good reason. So I think in terms of freedoms, what freedoms are laws, right? And more, you know, because they're taking their cues from other authoritarian governments, you know, that it's this systematizing of minority rule. So whether it's the Electoral College or the Supreme Court, but you know, so many times there'll be something, and the majority of Americans do not agree with some legal thing that comes down from the Supreme Court. So I think that, you know, if you have, I think there needs to be Supreme Court reform. I think there needs to be Electoral College reform. But you need a sound and wise president who's not going to take advantage of that. And Donald Trump would be a king on day one. I mean, why wouldn't he? He loves those guys. Yeah. That's what he wants. He's annoyed that this is a democracy. So I just think that anybody who does respect the rule of law, and then also he's a convicted felon. He's a convicted felon, you know, and she is a prosecutor. I mean, you could not script this, you know, like Shonda, that would you be too on the nose if you came up with that. But that is actually, and I think part of her confidence is she has stood in front of like lawbreakers her entire career. That's what she's done. She's not an academic. She's not, I mean, she's literally used to being, her nervous system is used to engaging with people like him. So she's the one to do it, and she's going to do it.
Cool. Thank you so much. And I caught that name dropping. You better drop these names. It's like I'm all over the place, guys.
I'm all over the place, man.
All right. So your question is also from private practice, I believe. Dr. Violet ordered a custom bicycle for her ex-boyfriend for his birthday, and it was delivered from Italy. How much did Violet say she paid for the bicycle? Was it $6,000? Was it $5,000? Was it $4,500? Or was it $5,500?
Oh, for God's sake.
That's a serious bicycle.
Man.
It's the one that I smashed in the scene with Paul, right? With the hammer.
Yes.
How much?
I feel like
10 seconds.
Six. That is was
$6
that an
grand.
option?
$6 grand.
Is that an option, Paul?
Damn it! You won again. Oh, I was.
Yes.
They go low, we go high. Go for the high one.
Really high.
Exactly. I'm like, how are you all getting these? This is
That was
annoying.
crazy. That was a bit of a swing. But,
That was a tough one.
okay.
That
All right.
was,
Good.
that was good.
Can I just add, Amy also located the scene. She remembers exactly the scene.
I remember the scene really well. I just don't.
I don't remember what I did last Tuesday at work, and that is not a lie. That is not hyperbole. I honestly don't remember it. How do you remember that? Okay. All right. I feel like this is rigged. Somebody get these questions out. I'm going to be doing a full investigation on the team. All right. All right. Hey, Mr. Anthony Hill. Come on down, sir. Come on down. All right. I'm going to get one of y'all. One of you. I don't think I am. Anyway. So, welcome to the live stream, sir. Thank you so much for being here. What for you are the most important issues that we are facing, and what would be your message to people watching tonight who have not voted yet?
Oh man, I this is tricky because I don't understand. I struggle. I'm trying to how it's as close as it is. So it's hard for me to say, but the reality is I don't know how you could not want to vote in this election. It is crucial. It is paramount. It is, the stakes have never been higher. It's deeply consequential to everybody's life. People often say that politics, they don't like to get into politics and it doesn't really involve them. This involves all of us, and it's only a matter of time before every issue on the ballot will affect you or a loved one, and that's real. It's very true. So, the first question. What was the first question?
Sorry. The first question is, let me see. What would be what are the issues that are most important to you? Just real quick.
Wow. I mean, look, honestly, there's so many important issues. My God, I don't even know where to start really, but I do think that gun violence is an issue that particularly strikes me as to be one of the most important at the top of my list. And interestingly enough, women's rights over their own healthcare and their own bodily autonomy is very important to me. And I'm not a woman, so it becomes something a little bit eggshelly to speak about because I think that women should be leading that charge. But I think it's very important for men, like the importance of men showing up with women in this election, being an adjacent voice of support is just crucial in this time. I think that the stakes are very real, and it's a very huge deal. I'm blessed to have women in my life that are incredible and badass, and that's not just my bosses in my work life, but that's also in my circle of friends, and that's also in my family. And I look, I need to stand with these people. I just need to. And yeah, so standing with and not taking this moment lightly is very important for me, and I think all of us need to take it very seriously. So that's another important issue for me is women's rights and their autonomy.
Got it. Got it. All right. Thank you, sir. Your question is, what do Kamala Harris and Debbie Allen have in common about their pre-professional lives?
Oh, their pre-professional lives.
Mm-hmm.
I might need some help because I look like some people know this. Hold on.
We got you.
We got you.
Is Debbie on our team?
You have 10
No.
seconds.
Debbie, is Debbie on our team? Hold on.
I don't think she's on your team.
No, she's on the other team.
But
Y'all don't get Debbie Allen. We got Debbie Allen. Y'all don't take Debbie Allen from us.
But we
we've got to answer
we
this.
know.
Shonda. Yes. Okay, we know.
All right.
Okay. Debbie Allen and Kamala Harris went to the same college.
Oh.
They
Yes.
both
Anthony, you
went
got
to
it? Do you think you have it or no?
Both went to
There we go.
Howard.
They both went to
The
Howard.
screen's keeps freezing up here.
Pre-professional career.
Yes.
Pre-professional
The
career.
the screen. Do you have an idea, Anthony?
Yeah, now I do.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they both went. Wait, I'm sorry. Miss Debbie was saying something.
Oh.
Oh, she froze.
Yeah.
She froze.
Oh, well, they
that's
both
all
went to the same. They have the same alma mater.
They
Went
did.
to
They
Howard
both
University.
There you go.
Yeah.
That part. They both went to Howard, the Mecca. I went to Morehouse. I
Oh,
love Howard though. I went to Morehouse though, but that's a
All
whole other
love.
conversation. But I love everybody. We don't. I know I love everybody. No,
Can I,
it's so perfect.
can I just quickly say, because I think Shonda's got to jump soon, right, Shonda?
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, Anthony, just to digress, we do need you. We need all men in this election to be speaking out on women's reproductive health. So thank you for mentioning that. We need all of our brothers, fathers, partners, sons, everybody to be standing up. So thanks for mentioning that. That's critical. But Shonda, I just want to thank you because being on Grey's Anatomy in private practice was the first time I got to be in a world that looked like what I wanted the world to look like. And you created that world, and not to, that's real. Like that is real. And that's what gives me a lot. It gave me so much hope and joy and peace from like a little kid all the way up to my adult life. Like, what is the world going to look like? And then there it was at Grey's Anatomy and on private practice. And those stories help make the world what we want it to be. And I feel like that's exactly what we've got with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in this election. Like, this is the world. We need to keep creating the world that we want to see. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much. Thanks for being here. It's great to see your face, and thanks for all you've done for
all of us.
I love you.
Oh.
I love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Everybody remember to vote. I'm going to go put my children to bed, but everybody remember to vote. Everybody remember to bring somebody with you to vote, and everybody remember to, get 2 or 3 friends to come with you. This triple voting thing. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rhimes. It's such an honor
Thank you.
to have you with
Like
us tonight.
everybody.
Thank you so much. All right. We are almost concluded. We just got a couple more contestants. Paul Adelstein, how are you, sir? So
good.
There are thousands of folks watching us right now. Folks are just excited, not just to see all of you tonight, but they're excited about getting engaged in this election. What do you want to say to people watching tonight?
I think that is exciting, and I think voting is exciting. The privilege of voting is exciting, and for all the reasons that everybody has said, voting in this particular election feels more meaningful than other elections because the choice really. I love what everyone has said about policy and community and showing up for one another, but there's just no question that these candidates have run in 2 different worlds, and one of those worlds is a democracy and one of them isn't. And I totally, I'm sentimental and believe in the American experiment. It's the first multicultural democracy that's ever been really attempted. And I believe that one side doesn't believe in it and has proven that over and over again. And particularly the leader of that party, Donald Trump, just doesn't believe in it. Doesn't believe in America, really. And so what I would say is there's an opportunity here that is exciting, which is as authoritarianism rises around the world and, You know, we live in an era of pendulum politics. When it swings back right, let's put it down. Let's put him down. It's time to go. That's enough. 9 years.
Yes, it's enough. Yes.
And I think that's exciting. I think these things and these horrible ideas, they have terrifying last gasps, you know, and hopefully that's what this is. Hopefully when the head of that snake goes away, people will try to pick up the mantle, but nobody's going to be as insanely skilled at it as whatever the chaos thing he does is. Anyway, I think it's exciting to get to make that choice. I think it's exciting to be one out of 75 million people that go in and say no. Like Vice President Harris says, we're not going back, and let's turn the page on this and let's move forward. I think that's just incredibly exciting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So
your that's my TV husband.
Yeah.
That's the TV bae. Okay. So your question is a simple one. What is Kamala Harris's middle name?
Anybody on team we win? Kamala.
No,
do we have a lifeline?
Well, we can't lose this one.
Wait, gone. No, we can't lose. Our lifeline is gone.
Our lifeline just left us, and I cannot.
Time is up.
No.
Anybody want to just take a random guess? I want to know this though.
I have heard her say that so many times. Jason, you don't know this?
No, I don't know it. It's killing me.
Jennifer.
Does anybody on either team know it? Just so I don't feel so horrible about myself.
She has a middle name. She has it because my wife is East Indian, but she doesn't have a middle name.
Maybe it's a trick question. Jason,
it's definitely not a trick question. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
None of us knew it, Paul.
Is it Edelstein? I feel like I would have heard about that.
It is Debbie. Devi.
Debbie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Debbie.
Wow, that's so pretty.
It is really, really nice.
By the way,
that was the hardest question yet today.
That was so hard. Can I just say something really superficial? She is looking so beautiful. I would just be a wreck. She hasn't had a day off since July. I mean, seriously, so beautiful. Anyway, is that
definitely being fueled by inspiration, and you can know that the got the wind at her back, honey.
Yes,
that's what I say.
Amen. Definitely. I'm gonna call her Davy from now on.
Debbie.
Okay.
I love
All right.
Debbie.
Okay. So next, James Pickens Jr. How are you, sir?
Hey. Wakanda.
Wakanda forever. All right. So first of all, it is definitely great to meet you. I've been a fan for a long time. We established this earlier. So I have asked a lot already tonight what issues are important to folks, but for you, I'm wondering, what are you most hopeful about in this election?
I'm most hopeful about hope. I mean, and Debbie and I are mature, are grown folks of a certain age. So I remember the 1965 Voting Rights Act, where my parents were elated that they could go and vote. I remember when most African Americans, most Black folks, right around the time before Kennedy, were Republicans until Barry Goldwater ran for office and kind of changed that dynamic. I think this election is not so much about my generation or Debbie's. I want to echo that this is about the people and the ones who are coming after it. My children, my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews. We have to help them with a world that they can feel safe in, that they can feel confident in, that they can once again have faith in their government. The talking heads and the pundits dominate the airways right now. But I think that Kamala Harris, that Vice President Harris, brings back a renewed sense of we can do this, that we can bring back what was hopeful and what was energized in this country from the very beginning. You know, I mean, we have to look at the flip side. Over 70 million people voted for that man in the last election. Whether we like it or not, we have to listen to them. So with that in mind, how do we move forward? We move forward with Vice President Harris, because it's not about exclusion. It's about inclusion. It's about bringing everyone to the table where every voice should matter at the end of the day. We have to understand that this man, if you're not a New Yorker, and I lived in New York, and Bobby and Debbie can probably attest to this for many years, okay? You have to be a New Yorker to understand Donald Trump. That at the end of the day, he's not for his supporters. He is for himself. He's a malignant narcissist, and he will sooner and later implode, and as his supporters watch him implode. So I think I am hopeful. I have to say, at the beginning of our conversation, folks were feeling nervous and stuff. I have been strangely calm since I found out that she was running. When she said that she accepted the nomination, I have been calm. I think she, and not only this, everybody talks about how close it is. In my heart of hearts, I feel like she's going to win by a landslide. I believe the ground forces that come together on Tuesday morning will cement the idea that this democracy can work and will work. I just believe that in my heart of hearts. But I think this is an election of hope, of confidence, of turning the page. And when we fight, we win. I honestly believe that.
I know that's right, son. All right, let's get to your question.
Amen.
In season 17, Grey's Anatomy aired a powerful Black Lives Matter episode on protesting and racial profiling. What was the episode's title?
Shonda. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That was the I think that was Jason, help me.
You have 10 seconds.
I'm on the other team, Jam.
Oh, damn it. That's right. Oh,
I love
Debbie.
you, brother. I love you,
Debbie.
but I also don't know.
Debbie, do you remember?
I'm no help.
Do I remember what, baby?
Do you remember the title of that episode on Black Lives Matter? That was the episode with Ben and Shonda.
Well, you know Debbie's on the other team.
Oh, damn it.
That is mean.
That's me. You should have had her on the. That's so mean. Why? The title. I can't remember the title of the song.
Oh no.
Come to Jim defense here. We never know the titles. I just
thank you right now.
We need Meg.
We might know. Oh, that's episode 608.
12. Yeah, 12.
Can you give us a hint? Can you give us a hint? Just for doesn't count.
Talking 200. They're talking 400 and some odd titles over 21 seasons.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. If we don't get that, does Team Win get that question then?
Oh yeah.
No,
they don't get it.
We can't steal. We can't steal.
Nobody's listening to the voice of God. Like she
right. I'm sorry. Mona did say it was done. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. The name of that the episode was Sign O' the Times.
Oh. There was no way. There was no way I was going to remember that one. I'm sorry, team.
It's all good. Okay, we got one more question, and then we could do 3 minutes of quick fire, and then we are done. All right. So, Chris Lowell, how you doing?
Here we go. Tiebreaker.
I just know that Chris, my namesake, just has this on lock. I already know that that's what's going to happen. So, some people may be a touch afraid of talking to their friends about this election or politics, period. And move on. We talk about having effective conversations with people, because that's really all this work is learning how to have conversations and meet people where they are. What advice do you have for folks who are thinking like, okay, I need to have some serious conversations with my people around voting?
Oh man, great question. I would avoid alcohol. I will say this, I was very politically naive when I first started on private practice, and a testament to these amazing actors and creators, Shonda included. They really got me politically activated, and that was through conversation, and not forceful conversation, but very, I think, effective eye to eye conversations. I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. I was campaigning for Stacey Abrams. I was campaigning for John Ossoff, and there were plenty of times that these guys lost, and it felt very futile. And then in 2020, we got Warnock, we got Ossoff, we got Biden, and I mean, the state turned, and it was monumental, and it still can be monumental now. And it would not happen without these conversations. And some of them are difficult, and some of them are uncomfortable, and yet they are all very necessary. I think being able to hear someone's voice, being able to look someone in the eye is really effective. I think coming at it from a position of in inquisition, sort of trying to ask people what they're looking for, what do they want out of their leaders. I think oftentimes when you're looking at someone like Donald Trump, who has very little to offer other than like a bunch of bravado, people will start talking about the things that they're concerned about. And I think if you can sort of pull that out of people very quickly, they can inevitably sort of, you can lead a horse to water. You know what I mean? You can show them. I think it becomes obvious who they should be voting for the more people talk about what actually matters to them. That's what I found.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The last question of the evening.
Oh boy.
When the United States became a country.
Okay.
How was the vice president chosen?
I think I know this. Okay, guys, help me out. But I feel like if I remember Hamilton correctly, isn't it the loser of the other party becomes vice president? No.
10 seconds.
Wait, no, I think it was the House of Representatives, wasn't it?
I thought it was just the second highest vote getter.
I think it's the second highest vote getter.
Okay.
Time's up.
Okay, that's it. Second highest vote getter. All right, Jason, Amy, this is on you. Chris?
And they are correct.
Yes!
It is the second highest vote getter.
That's great news.
And you know what? The funny thing is, I also learned that from Hamilton.
Good job, team.
No lie, no lie.
Nice.
All right. So while we calculate the results of that, our last thing of the evening is, and this is something that everybody that is on this call right now can participate in, whether you are one of our wonderful guest celebrities or if you're watching from home. This is our last round. We are going to take the next 3 minutes and multiply our voting impact by reminding as many people to vote right now without anything but your scan the QR code or go to that site. What will happen is a text message will automatically populate on your phone, and you can just right off bat, I would copy that, and then I would put in whoever you want to remind to vote in the to section and just start hitting away. This is also for points for the folks here. For every person that you get 1 point. And all you have to do is send it. That's if you send it to one person, you get 1 point. If you send it to 30 people, you get 30 points. If you send it to a celebrity friend and you tell us who that celebrity friend is, you get 3 points. But if you send it to your mama, your dad, Ray them, Pookie, that's 1. Unless we know Pookie. Pookie is a nice name for another celebrity friend. Okay. So again, right now, we're going to go ahead and Mona, we're going to start the 3 minutes right now, right?
Wait, hold on, Matt. May I trouble you?
Okay.
I'm having an issue, and it could be because I'm out of the country, but I do not want to lose this opportunity. MoveOn.org, vote triple now. If I put that all in at the same time, I'll slow it down.
Yes.
So
Chris, can you put the QR code on the screen, or we just have to go to the?
Yes, it should be on the screen.
I don't see it yet.
Hold on, did I not do it right? Mine says I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Can you
to join me
on your text message, Jim?
Huh?
Jim, on your text message in case I don't get it in time.
Okay.
MoveOn.org.
MoveOn.org.
Mm-hmm.
/ let me get back to it. Let's see.
I got Gen Z siblings. I'm flying through this.
MoveOn.org /
vote triple now, right? / vote triple now.
Move on. MoveOn.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're on the clock.
Oh, it opens up the message. Oh, nice.
Right.
MoveOn.org / what was it again,
Do
Chris?
these
vote
do these celebrity friends count?
You know
I
what?
had the same thought.
guys, I do not know what is happening here. Sorry.
See.
Chris, listen, go Georgia. You add some people for me and I'll keep adding later.
Sounds good. Got you.
All right. We got it going here.
I'm not.
That's the thing.
I need some help. I need some help here.
Okay. Were you with the MoveOn.org / vote triple now?
Okay. Vote triple now?
Yes. VOTE.
2 minutes left.
Okay.
Voice of God is not compassionate. I'm kidding.
And what do we tell them when we get there? What do we say?
So once you get there, the message will already be pre-populated. All you got to do is put the name of the person. The message is already there. You don't have to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. KaDree, it might be because you're out. Yeah.
All right, team. Throw down for me. I'll do it.
KaDree is leaning on her team to help get some. That means somebody got to double up. Somebody has to double up. That's right, double up.
I promise you I'll do it, though, as soon as I get to the United States.
1 minute left.
We got 1 minute left. Folks at home, you can also do this. If you go to MoveOn.org / vote triple now. Again, that's MoveOn.org / vote triple now. You too can get in on this and triple your impact, quadruple your impact. And, I don't know what goes after quadruple. So that, your impact?
Quintuple, is that it?
Yes. If you paid me $1 million, I wouldn't be able to
Quintuple.
Quintuple,
okay.
quintuple. You say quintuple, I say quintuple. I'm just stalling.
Right, just stalling.
All right, we're coming up on 10 seconds, folks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right.
Amy Brenneman. I love you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go through and I am going to see how many people you were able to vote triple. Okay. No cheating.
Can you see?
Yeah, how can you see?
Wait, how does this count?
You'll see.
This is self-reporting.
Okay.
Is the government watching us?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
okay.
gonna say.
All right. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start with KD. You weren't able to get in, but you're gonna do it when you get back. So
Chris Lowell, my brother in raising Georgia back to the blue and keeping it there steady, got me covered.
got you covered. All right. Well, let's go to Chris Lowell. Chris, how many?
I got 9.
9.
9 individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
9
yeah.
individuals.
No celebrities.
All right. Okay. So Chris got 9 folks. That's 9 additional points.
Thank you.
Okay. Jason George.
Yeah, I am I the only one who spent most of the time trying to get on the right site? I felt like I was like Jim. I felt like I was just
Yes.
like I suddenly felt very, very older than I feel most of the time. I felt very I needed my reading glasses. But that said, when I finally clicked in, I went to a couple of threads that I knew, so I got 9.
9. Okay, dope. All right, Mr. Harry Shum Jr., what do you have?
Whoa, I got a little under 9, but I got 8, which
8.
Can multiply to 3. We can
right.
Hopefully that multiplies.
It's going.
Amy cheated, and Paul. Amy and Paul did me.
Okay, let's go to Jessica Capshaw.
I don't know how I did this, but I have 19.
Oh,
what the heck?
And I have 2 celebrities.
What?
I had one celebrity. I had one celebrity on there.
Well, you're supposed to report.
I know. I missed that. I forgot.
You get extra points. Well, it's not too late. What did I say? You got to go get back.
Okay, so Jessica, say that again. You got 19, and
I got 19 with 2 of them being celebrities.
2 celebrities in there. Okay. Whew. All right. So that's 17 plus another 6. Okay. All right, Jessica. Jessica, giving y'all a run for your money. Kate
I know.
Walsh.
I had like fast fingers.
I see. We can see who texts a lot. Okay. Kate, what you get?
Oh. Okay. I had 13.
Yes, Kate.
What?
Yes, and thank you. And let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's all celebrities.
6.
It's only famous
7
people.
celebrities. Now
Yes,
there's
Kate.
7 celebrities. Wow. 2 of whom are showrunners. So does that count?
No.
I feel like that's a celebrity.
No.
No? All right. So then 5 celebrities.
Okay.
Fucking celebrity. I can't say that word anymore. I'm going to put a bullet in my own head. Celebrity.
Thank you so much.
But anyway, 13, 5.
Okay. So 5 celebrities and then 8 others, right? Because that's, yeah. Okay. I think that's my math is correct. Okay.
That's correct. Thank you.
All right. Sandra.
I think you might be able to see that I'm still trying to figure it out.
Don't feel bad, Sandra.
We got you.
Don't feel bad, Sandra. We're still. I'm with you. I'm with you. Don't worry about it.
Open. So I'm very, very happy to be on Kate Walsh and JCap's team. But it's also like what I want to say is that I can't be the only one who struggles like this.
You are not alone.
I majorly struggle.
We get points for our shirts. She and I should get points for our shirts.
You just got to cut and paste.
You got the best one though.
All right, Amy.
I feel like I have 2. My niece and my nephew are actual useful texts, and then I just texted my friends here.
I know. I got one from you and Paul.
So I mean, I could lie and say 6, but really there are 2 actual meaningful texts. So I'm going to say.
Okay, come on.
And my niece and my nephew are not celebrities. To me, they are. To me, they're stars.
Right, they're celebrities to you. I appreciate your honesty.
Can we get a rule check on that though, Chris? It was never said that you couldn't text the people already on this Zoom.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't say we couldn't.
I did not say that. I didn't say you couldn't. So,
voice of God, Mona.
Oh, I thought I asked that. I asked that. I thought you said no. All right. Well.
Anthony.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all got 19, 13, all that stuff. I was in, yeah, I got 4.
Yeah, 4. Okay.
So I also, I have an excuse. I kind of reworked the text a little bit and I put my own little.
Very nice.
That's what slowed you down.
Yeah.
I know. I should have.
Okay.
I know.
No.
Stand.
Not when you're going for points.
I know. I didn't realize.
Okay, Paul, what you got?
I went immediately to the group threads, like fantasy football group thread, music group thread. So that's a lot of people. So I don't really want to say a number, but I will say that I also then went theme wise, is I tried to do every single Shondaland person I know.
Okay.
So
Well, how many would you count?
I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 Shondaland folks. Not on this Zoom.
Okay. So are those celebrities then?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Ooh. And how many people on your other threads
are celebrity? One.
Jason Shush.
I'm just saying.
Just Jason.
How many? You got like 35,000 people.
No one said we could do group chats. Okay.
Well, I did group chat, so it does seem like a cheat. It seems like a cheat.
So that counts for 1.
Okay.
Oh dang.
Okay, then without the group chats, I'll call it 14.
That's a lot.
Job, Paul.
Okay. Now, James, you were struggling a little bit.
I got 37 in my mind.
Okay. I was like, now, hold on.
But I have an excuse. My daughter wasn't here to help me. She usually just takes the phone from me and said, "Dad, here, I'm going to show you how to do it." So that wasn't the case. So I got 2, but they were 2 celebrities.
Okay. So that's
I got 2, and they're big celebrities too.
Ooh. Oh, now I want to know more for that. I actually thought we were supposed to say who it was for it to count. When we first started, you said that.
Actually, I did say that, but now I'm scared to ask y'all exactly who, because y'all gonna be like, "No, I'm not gonna put him out with that." So okay, it's all good. All right, so. And I think Miss Allen, I don't think Miss Allen was able to do it. She's on the phone.
So what happened to me was I have 10, but not delivered. I think I missed by 1. I think I was 1 second when you said over. I was just pressing the button.
You know, anybody can say anything, Debbie. You know, like Debbie,
that. Whatever you started saying, what happened to me was.
I'm being truthful. And I had 5 celebrities on mine.
Okay. Well,
Amy, I think Debbie's on our team.
Right.
Oh, Debbie's on our team. Oh, that's right.
Debbie's on our team.
Okay, I forgot about the team. Oh, that's amazing, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for engaging. All right. So, Mona, voice of God, who is the winner for tonight? Are we done tabulating?
We are not. Can you stall for 30 more seconds, please?
I forgot the name of my team.
We're team win.
We're team when we fight.
Yeah.
That's us.
We win.
That's
Okay.
When we fight.
I think we might be the off-brand team. We might do team we win might not have won.
Oh.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
By the way, wait, I want to say, James, thank you for saying that.
Thank you so much.
I feel like that's what I believe too. And I feel like it's more chic to be worried. And I'm not, it's so incredible. Like I was, before 2016, Swing Left didn't exist. Indivisible didn't work. I think Move On has been around, but like we all, this incredible daily activist practice for me didn't happen before 2016. I mean, I voted, I cared about things. But it's really, Simon Rosenberg writes about this, like we are awakened and we're not going anywhere, And the other thing I would, going into Tuesday is, read about the Red Mirage, read about the, the shenanigans that they're going to pull off. And
Yes.
Jamie Raskin says we got to win the election and then we got to defend the election. So now we're, so we're in a 2-part moment, unless it's a landslide.
That's the thing.
Which would be
that'd be great.
Love that.
Yes. All right. I think the votes is not the votes. That's in 2 days. But the count.
Who's gonna win, Chris?
Yeah. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That's who's gonna win.
That's who's gonna win. Okay. All right. So Mona, can you tell us the score?
Sure. It was a close one. One team had 63 points in the final round. The other had 67 points. So the winning team had a total of 117 points. And I think it's because it's all in their name. It's Team We Win, followed closely by Team When We Fight with a total of 113 points.
All right.
Team We Win.
Well done. I'm really happy.
Just to remind
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Great.
Now, Team We Win is Jason George, Debbie Allen, Katie Strickland, Amy Brenneman, Paul Allenstein, and Chris Lowell. Miss Debbie, you didn't even know you was on that team.
If we go by the old rules, we'd be vice presidents, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right. So when we fight by the old rules, you're all vice president. Okay.
Yeah, great.
Well, listen, I know we went long tonight, but this was absolutely the most fun I have had in a long time. I want to thank all of you for being with me tonight. Again, special thanks to Shonda Rhimes, to Maxwell Frost, to Debbie Allen, Katie Strickland, Kate Walsh, Sandra O, James Pickens Jr., Chris Lowell, Paul Allenstein, Amy Brenneman, Harry Shum Jr., Anthony Hill, Jessica Capshaw, and a special thank you to Jason George, who really helped us pull this together. I have to say thank you so much.
Jason.
Much love to you all for setting it up. Much love to everybody for showing up and for showing up every day for the last 3 months and the next 2 days.
Yeah,
I know that's right. And thank you to all of you who are watching us this evening. This call was for you. We have just 2 days, 2 days, not just to make our voices heard, but 2 days to make sure that you get as many voices that can be heard as possible. Our message tonight is that you make sure that you vote, get your families to vote, get your friends to vote, get your loved ones. There is still time to get out the vote. You can go to moveon.org/GOTV volunteer. There is still work that is happening tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday. You will have a menu of options of things that you could do. We hear this every election cycle, but it is especially true. This really is the most important election of our lifetime. So do everything you can to engage these next couple of days. If in these next couple of days you feel afraid, you feel anxious, remember what Michelle Obama said, do something. Thank you all for being with us tonight, and I will see you at the finish line. Good night.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Everybody. Good night, everybody.
Love you.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Bye. Lots of love.
Greetings, Move On members. Bill Nye here. We've got to get out the vote. You've got to get out there and vote and get all your friends and family and just about everybody you've ever met to vote. Vote with the climate in mind. And with the climate in mind, you got to vote for Harris Walz. Otherwise, we're going to have a very troubling future. But if we do, when we win this thing, we can, dare I say it, change the world. Let's move on.